welcome to my channel if you're new, welcome back if you're not. Today is May 29th. I know there's a couple more days left of the month, but I broke my finger the other day and I can't hold a pencil, so I'm definitely not finishing any more pages for the rest of this month. So I wanted to do my completed pages for today. So here I have my planner, and as you can see, every single star is a completed page except for this one. So yeah, I did a pretty decent amount of coloring this month. I did 11 pages. I currently have 3 whips right now, and I colored in 9 different books. I did not get any new books this month. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So I'm not going in order in which I colored. I'm just have a stack of books next to me, and we're just going to go through them that way. So the first one I have is in Jewelry Box. Here it is. I used chalk pastels for the background. As you can see, I have some fingerprints that I couldn't blend out. And then I used Prismacolor for everything else. I do like this page, except for my insects. I didn't want to use yellow because I didn't think yellow would fit the color palette. But I don't necessarily think blue does either, but I made a commitment and I just had to go with it. I do like how my blackberries turned out. I think those turned out really nice. I do like my house and the leaves. It's just the insects. It's the only thing I don't really love about the page. I mean, they look nice. I just don't think I chose the right color. Oh, and I used some Jelly Roll Glaze here in the windows. So yeah, there's that page. Next, I have a whip in here, and then also my completed page. So this is my completed page. I used Prismacolors for everything but the background, and I used Neocolor 2 in the background, as you can see, because it is not blended very well. I don't know why I cannot get the hang of blending Neocolor 2s. And sorry if you hear my daughter in the background. But yeah, I like how this one turned out. I like the color that I chose for the tree. I like the color I chose for the tree and leaves. I didn't want it to be a typical brown and green. I also like the color gradient that I did for the birds. That's probably one of my favorite color palettes or color combos. But yeah, I like how this one turned out. It was definitely a labor of love. And then for my whip, where is it? Here it is. This was voted to be my next page on Instagram. I couldn't decide between this page and the well page in Tales from the Witch's Cottage, but this page was voted as the next one for me to complete. I'm using my Mark Art pencils because I initially just had the door and little windows done. So I wanted to stick with the same pencils for the whole illustration. So yeah, I'm using my Mark Art pencils for this. I like how it's turning out so far. Yeah, there's that one. And then next we have Mythomorphia. I have colored this page before, but I wanted to redo it, so I bought a new book. I based everything with Inktense pencils and then went over it and shaded with Prismacolors. And this also was a labor of love. I was kind of just done with coloring the same page, so I called it good enough. I'm probably going to come back to this later in June and try and add some more, just add some more detail to the picture. But I like how it's turned out so far. So hopefully this one will be completely finished by the end of June, but we'll see. I'm not going to force myself to color. Okay, and then next we have Maria Trolle's Universe. So A Pictured Purpose did this page in the same color palette, and I loved it so much I wanted to do my own version of it. I used Prismacolor for just about everything except for the background was done in Neocolor 2. It doesn't look too bad. It is a little streaky from brush strokes. I didn't want to go over with a second layer because I thought it would darken it too much. So, and I just, like I said, it would darken the color too much and it would kind of contrast with the pastel look of the page. I did use some white gouache paint for the clouds and for the smoke and these little accents here in the bushes and trees, but everything else is Prismacolor. Well, let me rephrase that. I love the color palette and how it looks together. I just wish my sky was a little bit better. Just me and Neocolor 2s, just for whatever reason, we cannot get along, but I'm just going to keep trying until I get it. But yeah, there's this page. Next, we have Magical Worlds by Johanna Basford. I saw Elm Colors do this page and was really inspired to do something similar. I loved the pink background that she had, and that's what I wanted to replicate. But I used Faber-Castell Albrecht Dürer in the background, and some Winsor & Newton Gold ink for all the filigree, and Prismacolor pencils on top of the Albrecht Dürers. And I really, really like how this one turned out. I love the color palette, and I really like how the background turned out. I think maybe I could have introduced one more color to just kind of bring a little bit more, just for more, for something more visually, but I really like the color combo or the, how the purple and blue really mesh well together. But yeah, I think this one is really cute, and it was a fairly quick and easy page to do. So there's that one. Next, I have another whip and finished page in here. This one is my current whip. I have the flowers done. I tried using watercolor on this page, but it was a very thirsty page and just absorbed all of the water. So I couldn't get the paints to blend very well together. I maybe should have used a wet on wet technique, but I didn't have my masking fluid. My masking fluid went bad, so I couldn't put anything over the flowers. So I just kind of had to do what I did. I'm definitely going to have to go over this one with pencil, and I know that's going to take forever, so I'm going to be putting that one off for a little while. But yeah, I like the flowers, don't really care for the background. Maybe once it's been gone over with pencil and I can blend it better together, it'll look how I imagine it. But there's the whip, and then I have this one. This one I used Polychromos pencils for the flowers and tree branches, and then some Pentel Sparkle Pop for just the little accents. And then I did a Neocolor 2 background. As you can guess, I'm not a fan of the background. I do like the flowers. I like how this part of the page turned out, but the background could be better. Yeah, there's this page. Next, I colored in Fairy Tale and Folklore. I did this page to add my contribution to Mermaid that's hosted by Elm Colors. I really like how this page turned out. I used Prismacolor pencils for just about everything, and some Neocolor 2 for the background and here inside the bottle. And I really, really, really like the color palette. I think this is my favorite page of the month. Yeah. Oh, and I used some Albrecht Dürers for her hair, and her I used Albrecht Dürers for the mermaid, and Neocolor 2s and Prismacolors. And that's all I used for this page. But yeah, this is probably my favorite page. I also really like how everything is fairly well blended together. Oh, and there's some Sparkle Pop here and there on the fishes and on the coral. But yeah, I really like how this one turned out. And there's some of that sparkle. So yeah. Next, I have a completed page in WIP in this book. This is my completed page. I'm not a fan of the deer. but it's finished, at least for now. I'm probably going to come back and try and salvage the deer for however I can. But yeah, I finished this page. I used Prismacolor pencils and a little bit of Pentel Sparkle Pop and King Art glitter gel pen for the butterfly. And for my whip, I mean, that is a whip right now, but I'm not counting that. Uh-oh, where'd it go? And here is my whip. This is the page I'm currently working on alongside the mushroom house. But yeah, it's probably not going to get finished for a little bit because, like I said, I broke my thumb. And it is really painful to try and hold a pencil because, yes, I have already tried. So yeah, I do like how this one is turning out so far. I like the color combination of the flowers that I chose. So yeah, there's that page, or there are those pages. And then lastly, this is the last page I finished for the month. I like it and don't at the same time. I like the flowers, I like the bird. As you can probably guess, it's just the background that I cannot get the hang of. I really wanted like a watercolor effect for the background, and it just didn't happen. So yeah, I'm not really sure how to create a watercolor, like a loose watercolor effect with the Neocolors. It's something I'm trying to do. But yeah, there's this page. Oh, and I guess I do have one more whip. I did show this in my Maria Trolle collection video. This is a whip that I am also currently working on, so I guess I have 4 pages. I'm coming back to this one here and there, but yeah, this one definitely is going to take a little while. But yeah, those are my completed pages for May. Let me know in the comments which was your favorite page. I would love to hear from you guys. And also let me know if you would like to see a Johanna Basford collection video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the little bell so you can see my next videos. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day, guys. Bye.